Hi, I'm GNT and I'm going to take you through one of my ab and core workouts. So I'm going to take you through the routine that I did today. Not only that, I will be explaining the variations and common mistakes that people make when doing them, especially the plank. The drill consists of 3 sets of variations followed by a plank after each variation. So this is the order. Now I normally do each one for a minute with no rest in between, so it's 6 minutes in total. If you find that difficult, you can always cut it down to 30 seconds or another time if need be. Obviously, that's all down for you to decide. Just make sure it's challenging for you. So this is the routine, and first up is the regular sit-up. Lie down, bend your legs so your knees are up, and make sure there's a fist distance apart between them. Try to C-curve on the way up so you work down your vertebrae, and also C-curve on the way down, working up your vertebrae. This will give you a better workout for your top abdominals. Avoid swinging your arms and grabbing a hold of your legs to help you get up. I keep my arms across my chest to prevent me from doing this. If putting your hands on your head, then make sure you keep a gap in between your chin and chest or you'll put a lot of pressure on your neck. Breathe in on the way down and out on the way up. This will help your breath control. Next up is the plank. Lie down on your front and place your elbows in line with your shoulders. Tighten up your stomach and glutes to get off the floor and to a flat position, keeping your shoulders above your elbows. This will target your core. You should be in a straight line from your ears to your heels with knees locked and still tighten up your glutes and core. Hips too low or your butt sticking up creates a lower back arch, which gives you an anterior pelvic tilt. This is the most common mistake and it puts a lot of strain on the back whilst taking tension out of the core. So we want to avoid this position. Doing a plank with a posterior pelvic tilt will intensify your plank and target your core more. Try to imagine your pelvis as a bucket of water, and if you go to a posterior pelvic tilt position, it would be as if the water would spill from your back. Anterior pelvic tilt would spill from the front of your body, so try to definitely avoid that position. If you struggle with the plank, you can drop to your knees or do an elevated plank with your elbows at the top. If you want to make it more difficult, then you can do a decline plank with your elbows at the bottom, among other variations that I will cover soon. Plank primarily works your abdominals, lower back, quads and calves, as well as other areas like the chest and glutes. If the plank is done correctly, it can be beneficial for people with back pain and sciatica. Now, the Russian twists. Hold yourself at the top of your regular sit-up where the abs are still contracted. Lift feet off the floor to maximize the contraction of your abdominal muscles. Interlock your fingers and dab the floor on each side of your body. Try to keep the dabs close to you. When twisting to either side, focus on squeezing your obliques as hard as you can. Avoid going too upright and twisting your torso too short, as it will decrease tension in your muscles. Also, keep your feet off the ground unless you are simplifying the exercise. Now back to the plank and focus on the previous pointers. Now, leg raises. Lie down with hands by your side or underneath your glutes if you need more help with the exercise. Lift heels off the floor and lift your legs up whilst keeping your head and lower back on the floor. Try to keep your legs straight during the whole exercise and don't let your heels hit the floor as you come down to get a better workout. Bending will make it a lot easier, and dropping your legs on the floor will take the tension out of the muscles. Avoid an anterior pelvic tilt position, arcing your back, as this will put strain on the back instead of working your transverse abdominal muscles, which is the deepest muscle in your stomach. Inhale as you lower your legs down and exhale as you lift your legs up. If you struggle with the full leg raise, then go halfway down and build it up over time. Finally, your last plank to finish. So that's the routine that I did today, but the good thing about this drill is we can always change the variations or even put in side planks to shock our body. This routine, accompanied with good cardio and a good diet, will help contribute to streamlining that waist and toning your stomach. I hope you like the workout, have fun, and don't forget to subscribe, like and comment.